Okay, with a little bit of luck, we'll see some more egrets go by. I saw a very interesting video about MANUS AI, and while we're enjoying the piece, we can be talking about the findings of a study that was done. According to the video, an artificial intelligence program, MANUS AI, did a study and found that humanity has already crossed the Rubicon, and we have introduced so much chaos into the creation that we can't fix it anymore. We meaning they. You're looking at what I've introduced into the creation, and you can do it too, and that's the point of this video. They're almost right. Humanity has passed the point where remaining in the same acquisitive, dominating, disrespectful, power-driven mentality, they cannot fix anything. There goes an egret now. There you go. There you go. Where's your friends? They can't fix anything. Anything they do with the same intentions is going to introduce more chaos. There they go. More chaos into the system. With God's help, I warned people years ago that this was going to happen. You might want to take a look back at a video I made some time ago called "The End of the World" that the Talmud generated. That's what you're seeing now. They have moved into a place in which they can only create more chaos. You know, I love these neologisms in modern English. They come up with new terms. Is somebody seeing what the storms that went through, what was it, like a couple of dozen states in the United States, called it Carmageddon, right? That's right. That's what it is. So yeah, those who had a really bad attitude about being in the creation and thought they could abuse it have put themselves in a place where even if they try to fix something, but they don't fix themselves, it's going to go bad. It's just going to keep getting more chaotic. And unfortunately, the vast majority of humanity are there. That's where they put themselves. What MANUS AI, and I'm going to link to that video because it's very important, what MANUS AI did not take into account is the intention of the viewer. The scientists know that reality comes out of the state of being infinite possibility to being particular interpretations based on the viewer. They know that, but what they're still not taking into account is the most critical element in that process of all, and that is the intention of the viewer, the moral state of the viewer. It is critical that people take full responsibility for what they experience and not think that it just happened. What we experience is the product of the current level of morality and compassion that we have attained. Now, the Hebrew word for compassion is rachamim. The Hebrew word for wombs is rechamim. Now I'm going to be talking about why there are Mandela effects, what's going on. The Hebrew word for memory is zikaron. The root of that is zecher, which is also that's remembering. It is also zachar, which is male. Male in the sense of not female, yeah. So what we have is within our consciousness the rechamim, which although it's in the masculine, grammatically it is a function of the female, and zecher, the zikaron, the male of the memory. So we're talking about mental conceptions, conceiving mentally. What we experience is a function of the level of compassion, rachamim, that we have attained. That is, it proceeds from the womb of our compassion at any given level of compassion. In order to have a different version of the same experience, we have to go to a different level of rachamim, a different level of compassion, hopefully higher up. Now the word zecher is very interesting, the memory. It has the letters Zayin and Resh in it, and that is 207, which is the same as 106. At 106 it becomes tikkun, which is reparation, which is fixing something. The other letter kaf in zecher, equaling 20, is chazah, which is to envision. So, Zayin and the Resh is also light. The light that we envision can be fixed at a higher level of rachamim. The reason why there are people now who have variant memories of mass-produced experiences is for two reasons. One, they were not at the same level of compassion. Some were at a slightly higher level, some were at a lower level. So their memory is slightly different. But not only that, the very act of trying to manufacture a memory en masse to the purpose of standardizing consciousness, to the purpose of controlling it, is going to distort reality itself. If you notice, the things that people don't remember alike are all mass-produced memories. Those berry bears, whatever they are, I don't even remember, very vaguely. The names of candies, cartoons, all kinds of things. Notice that these are mass-produced memories. Now, of course, in order for a lot of people to know that they have varying memories, it has to be a mass-produced memory. A lot of people had to experience it one way or another. There go more egrets. Hello, egrets. I love them. They're wonderful. You coming back? Because I said I love you. You coming back? Hello there. Hello. Hello. Look how they reacted to the love. They got told they were loved and they circled around. Did you see that? Ha ha ha. That's what I'm trying to talk to you about, how to create reality correctly. The very fact that they tried to mass produce memories to the purpose of standardizing children's consciousness was already an act of extreme arrogance that distorted the fabric of reality. Memories are not supposed to be, listen to me carefully now, memories are not supposed to be accurate recollections of particular events exactly the way they occurred, because events never occurred just on one level. They call it quantum now. What are actually being talked about are different interpretations of all of the different possibilities and the way in which things are experienced according to the level of consciousness, which is dependent upon the level of compassion and wisdom that we have attained. So a memory is actually supposed to correct and be corrected. That is the Zion and the Reish in the word Zecher and the word memory. It is light. Zion and Reish is light. And looking at it as 1206, it is tikkun, it is correction. So Zecher becomes Zecha tikkun. He envisioned the correction. In the act of memory is actually envisioning the correction of what happened if a given experience that we had was not on a high enough level of compassion for us to warrant it to become eternal. Okay? So we have been taught that our memories are supposed to, like the rote learning in school. We were taught to use our memories incorrectly. The correct use of the memory is to the purpose of correcting the past, what we consider to be the past. Past in Hebrew is the word avar. And it is also uba, which is an embryo. So any experience that we have is an embryonic form of what we're going to experience as we continue our journey. And that can be fixed, the embryo can be fixed, berachamim. Or berachamim. It can be fixed in compassion, which is in the wombs. That's what we do. We return the conception to a higher womb, a higher level of compassion, and then we fix it and experience it differently. Even though there are people who are in a place in which, no matter what they do now, they're just creating more chaos. They're just getting more and more and more involved in the Charlie Chaplin-esque kind of a situation. Remember that scene from Modern Times where he's trying to control the gears and the levers and the wheels with his hands and feet? That's where they're at. That's exactly where they're at with their consciousness. It's really scary. But there's no such thing. MANUS AI is wrong about saying that they've crossed the Rubicon and there's no fixing it anymore. There's no fixing it anymore if they insist upon the same intentions, if they insist upon remaining acquisitive, if they insist upon remaining dominant, then they can't fix it. If they start to develop a more generous, loving attitude, then they will create the possibility of other interpretations. Then they begin to introduce order into the chaos. Let's take an example of someone who didn't, okay? I understand that with BlackRock, a lot of people were complaining about the fact, rightfully so, that they were destroying the ecology, if in fact they were. So they made some moves to seem to be more ecological in order to placate those who were complaining about them not being good guardians of the Earth's ecology. But their intention in doing that was not really to fix anything. It was just to placate people and shut them up. So it didn't work very well. This is why I'm trying to tell you, it's not just what we do, it's why we do it. So even though someone may half-heartedly go about fixing something ecologically or improving something ecologically, if the purpose in which they're doing it is to later make even more money, dominate even more, and so forth and so on, that those inner intentions are the signals that are being picked up, and they won't succeed in doing what they're doing. So the Mandela effect is as a result of the fact that they tried to abuse our cognitive facility, which is called memory, by standardizing it and by telling us that memory was to be used to the purpose of recalling accurately that which is immutable reality. That's wrong. Our memories are not supposed to be the same memory every time. We're supposed to be fixing it on a higher and higher level until our interpretation of what happens is a positive one, and we say to ourselves, okay, I can find rest with this interpretation. And it is not the case that humanity has crossed the Rubicon forever and ever. If they fix up their attitudes, they most certainly can go back to influencing the creation positively. But half-hearted, just doing something in order to shut the demonstrators up, that's not going to work. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this beautiful early morning with me and the birds. Good morning to birds. The swifts are back too.